Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Tisch, I'd like to welcome everyone to Madison Square Garden for this morning's recruit graduation ceremony. At this time, I ask everyone to please draw your attentions to the video screens for a video presentation.
For nearly 2 centuries, we have trained to be strong and honest, to defend the defenseless, aid the injured, protect liberty, to hold together the fabric of our city. Heroes, always heroes. Heroes, always heroes. We are the NYPD.
Graduating class, forward march!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for our graduating class. And at this time, I ask that everybody please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and the singing of the national anthem by a member of our graduating class, Police Officer Garnett Jordan, Jr.
Attention! Present arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order arms!
Thank you, Officer Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation by Police Department Chief Chaplain, Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass.
Parade, rest!
We pause for a moment of silence in memory of first grade detective Diderot Islam. May his soul be forever bound up in the bond of eternal life. Almighty and eternal God, thou who controllest the destiny of all peoples and in whose hands lies the fate of all nations, we invoke thy blessing upon these graduation exercises, even as we implore thy favor upon the outstanding young men and women gathered here today who have completed the program of training to become police officers and are about to receive formal recognition of that fact. Endow them with understanding that they might act wisely and prudently in the fulfillment of their duties and responsibilities. Cause them to place their trust and reliance upon thee, that they might better cope with the problems and situations that will confront them. Direct the hearts and minds of these young officers toward upholding and maintaining thy will upon earth. And may they ever strive to win the respect and esteem of their fellow New Yorkers by laboring for the relief of the needy and the comfort of the weak. And finally, dear God, we beseech thee to grant to Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Tisch and all the men and women of the New York City Police Department continuing success in their unceasing endeavors to make New York truly a place where people of every race, religion, color, and creed can pursue their individual destinies untrammeled, unafraid, and in obedience to thy will. Amen.
Attention!
Thank you, Rabbi Cass. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Take seats!
I'd now like to take a moment and introduce the members of our dais. I ask that you please hold all your applause until all have been introduced. Starting in the first row on my right, Executive Officer, Detective Bureau, Assistant Chief Eric Hernandez, Chief Surgeon Dr. Eli Kleinman, Chief of Internal Affairs Edward Thompson, Chief of Transit Joseph Galata, Chief of Special Operations Wilson Arambulis, Chief of Criminal Justice Ruben Beltran, Chief of Patrol Philip Rivera, the Chief of Department John Schell, the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Jessica S. Tisch, the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams, First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella, Chief of Staff Ryan Marola, Deputy Mayor of Public Safety Kaz Daughtry, Deputy Commissioner of Community Affairs Mark Stewart, Deputy Commissioner Employee Relations Lisa White, Deputy Commissioner Support Services Stephen Hart, Deputy Commissioner Information Technology Yarosel Hecht, Deputy Commissioner Strategic Initiatives Alexander Crone, Deputy Commissioner Management and Budget Christine Ryan, Deputy Commissioner Labor Relations Edward Delatorre. Seated in our second row, the Executive Officer Police Academy Deputy Inspector Arsenio Camillo, Commanding Officer Firearms and Tactics Section Inspector LaShonda Dice, Executive Officer Training Bureau Deputy Chief Peter Fiorillo, the Executive Officer Intelligence and Counterterrorism Assistant Chief Robert Rios, Commanding Officer Patrol Bureau Queens South Assistant Chief Christopher McIntosh, Commanding Officer Patrol Bureau Queens North Assistant Chief Brian Hennessy, Commanding Officer Patrol Bureau Staten Island Assistant Chief Melissa Eager, Commanding Officer Patrol Bureau Bronx Assistant Chief Benjamin Gurley, Commanding Officer Patrol Bureau Manhattan South Assistant Chief James McCarthy, the Chief of Personnel John Benoit, Police Department Chief Chaplain Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass, Police Department Assistant Chief Chaplain Monsignor David L. Casado, Deputy Commissioner of Public Information Delaney Kempner, the President of the New York City Police Foundation Susan Burbaum, the Chief of MTA Police Department Thomas Taffy, Assistant Commissioner Employee Relations Kenneth Morgan, the New York State Police Liaison Captain Jason De Los Santos, the President of the Lieutenants Benevolent Association Lou Turco, the President of the Police Benevolent Association Patrick Hendry, and Abu Dhabi Police Lieutenant Colonel Salim Al-Naqwibi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our dais, and we thank them for being here today. And now it's my pleasure to ask the Chief of Personnel, John Benoit, to administer the oath of office to the graduating class.
Graduating class, attention!
Good morning. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Ready, move!
I do hereby pledge and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of police officer in the New York City Police Department according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ready, front! Take seats!
Thank you, Chief Benoit. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Jessica S. Tisch.
Good morning, graduates. And good morning to everyone, especially the family and the friends of our newest police officers. I want to start by thanking Mayor Adams for being here today and for his continued support of this department. On behalf of the entire NYPD, let me be the very first to say congratulations on this incredible achievement. Over the last 6 months, you've faced early mornings, long days, and demands that pushed you further than you thought you could go. But you didn't quit, you kept going, and that's how you got here. And make no mistake, you did not get here on your own. Behind every one of you is a family and friends that make sacrifices, an instructor who set the standard, and a support system that never let up. To all those who stood by our officers, you are part of this moment too, so thank you. This is a proud day, but one that arrives under the shadow of an unimaginable loss. Last week, we laid Detective First Grade Didarul Islam to rest. Detective Islam embodied the kind of strength that this department is built on. He approached the work with seriousness. He protected this city with conviction. And he served with a steadiness that never called attention to itself, but also never wavered. You did not know him, but the role that you have chosen, the one he gave everything to, is yours now. His death was devastating to the city and to this department, but what will matter long after the headlines fade is what we do with the weight of that loss. That means approaching the job the way he did and carrying forward his legacy through the choices you make, through the judgment you show, and the steadiness that you bring to this job, especially when no one is watching. Two of your classmates know that responsibility in a deeply personal way. Police Officer Melina Matos and Police Officer Kaylin Villa are carrying forward the legacy of their uncle and their cousin, Detective Rafael Ramos, who gave his life in service to this city. Their decision to step forward is a powerful reminder of what service means and what it demands. And yet, some people like to proclaim that the age of heroes has passed, that in a world defined by complexity and by chaos, the idea of clear-cut courage feels outdated. They're wrong. Because even after seeing one of our own killed in the line of duty, you still showed up. Even after watching chaos strike the heart of this city, you still showed up. When the risk felt real and the sacrifice felt close, you all still showed up. And that courage, it didn't come from one place, from one background, or from one story. It came from the 965 of you here today. Officers who reflect every corner of this city and far beyond it. More than a quarter of you, like Detective Islam, were born outside of the United States, representing 41 countries and speaking 39 different languages. You come from every borough and from countries and communities around the world. You were born in places as close as the Bronx and as far away as South Korea. From the mountains of Nepal to the streets of Santo Domingo. From Bangladesh, Ghana, and the Philippines to Poland, Jamaica, and Colombia. From Haiti, from Egypt, from China, 121 of you served or continue to serve in our country's armed forces. You represent the full breadth of this city, a reflection of all of the people who make it great. Now, this is a big day for you, but it is a bigger day for the New York City Police Department. I have felt the tide turning for policing generally, and specifically for policing in this city for quite some time now. And the symbolism of welcoming nearly 1,000 new officers into our ranks, the largest class since 2016, it is not lost on me, and it should not be lost on any of you. This is a department and a profession that is once again attracting young and bright talent in big numbers, and that is a blessing to our city. Already, some of you have been tested. Just a few weeks ago, while on vacation with his family in Pennsylvania, police officer Jacob Gonzalez was at a water park when he saw a man pull an unconscious 3-year-old boy named Niall from the pool. Niall was unresponsive and he wasn't breathing. Without hesitation, Officer Gonzalez identified himself as NYPD, took Niall into his arms, and began administering CPR exactly how he was trained in the academy. For 6 straight minutes, he worked on Niall, refusing to give up until finally, blessedly, Niall started to cough and he opened his eyes. Doctors, yep. Doctors later told the family that if Officer Gonzalez hadn't acted when he did, Niall would not have survived. Those are the instincts that this job demands, the ability to stay calm in the face of panic and to trust your training when there's no time to think. Officer Gonzalez was ready, and because of that, not only is Niall alive, but I am happy to share that he and his family are here today to celebrate this moment with Officer Gonzalez. Stories like this, they get to the heart of what this job really is and the nobility that comes with doing it right. Starting today, New Yorkers will look to you for help on some of their darkest days of their lives. It won't matter if you've been on the job for a day or for a decade. All that will matter is that you show up with courtesy, with professionalism, and with respect. You are now the future of the NYPD and the future of this city. I could not be prouder to welcome you into the greatest police department in the world. Thank you all for answering the call to serve and for choosing to make this department and our great city stronger. God bless.
Thank you, Commissioner Tisch. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams.
I believe this headline says it all. Disarm, disarm. I remember when I retired from the police department and I was sitting down sharing a meal with Jordan, my son, and he looked at me and he says, "Dad, are you all right?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he reached his hand across the table and he touched mine to stop me from eating. And he looked me in my eye and he says, "Dad, are you all right?" And I realized I wasn't. I realized after 22 years of seeing some of the most despicable things human beings can do to each other, I realized I attempted to laugh it off like many of us in the police department we do. I realized that there were times when I thought a good drink would make me forget about it. I realized those nights of not fully having good sleep. I realized that I pushed back and thought that I can suppress what I was truly feeling. I realized those moments of watching people walk into the 888 precinct, the 94 precinct, or transit district. I realized going to communities where I told loved ones and family members that although someone in a neighborhood lost their life, that things were fine when in fact it was not fine. I realized that crack had become a permanent part of our cities and families were being destroyed for it. I realized how much 22 years can do to you. And so as many of you are now graduating, I'm going to ask you not to make the mistake that I made. As you deal with the ups and downs of this job and some of the trauma that comes with it, do not suppress it. Do not hold it in. We have entities in the department and in the city that are here for you. There's a reason that police departments and police officers have the highest level of divorce, our numbers of suicides. The trauma that we experience, we have a tendency to displace it on those who love us. And those of you who are now going to be part of this law enforcement family, your loved ones, your family members, your children, watch them, look at them, and see if there's a difference in their pattern or behavior. See if there's something that's just not right, because they're going to need you more than ever. Mommy used to pray for my brother and I when we did patrol, and it was a weight off her shoulders when we retired, because she spent every night with us. And she understood the pain and uncertainty of what we were experiencing. And even when we lost an officer, she knew it was not her sons, but she still could not breathe clearer because she knew that another mother mourned, another father mourned, another family member mourned. This is a joyous occasion beyond belief. The occupation that you are going in and entering right now, the level of diversity and uncertainty of what happens in the day is just beyond your imagination. It is one of, if not the most exciting careers you can have. I loved every day being a police officer, a sergeant, a lieutenant, and leaving as a captain. And all of the ups and downs was part of the journey. And how we dealt with it defined us. You are going to be able to be on the front line of seeing what happens in this city. And some of it is full of joy. In fact, most of it is full of joy. But there will be dark moments. But those dark moments don't have to be a burial, they can be a planting. But you have the obligation of keeping this city safe from those who want to harm New Yorkers. And think about it. 25% of you were born outside of this country. And you come from different places. And in this country, you're not told to put your country second, you're told to put it first. You're not American Korean, you're not Chinese, you're not American Chinese, you're not American German, not American Polish. No, America says you put your country first. I'm an African American, a Chinese American, a Polish American. That's who we are, and that's what makes us great. That's the product we have that makes this the greatest country on the globe, and we're in the greatest city on the globe, and it's called NYC. And we're great because of 4 letters, NYPD. You watered a tree with your sacrifice and commitment that all of us sit under the shade of peace and prosperity. And that's the obligation. You run towards danger when others run away. And Officer Mora and Rivera and Dillard and Officer Islam, they're representatives of that, of who we are. I was proud to wear that uniform. I was proud to serve. It made me the mayor that I am today. And we were committed to bringing down crime and making sure our city was safe to raise healthy children and families. We removed almost 23,000 illegal guns off our streets. That is an astonishing accomplishment. And the commitment and dedication of this police commissioner and her team, we've witnessed the lowest number of shootings and victims of shootings in the last 7 months in the recorded history of this city. In the first 6 months of this year, we witnessed the lowest number of homicides in the recorded history of this city. And what is it about? As I sat here in this chair, I looked over to the right. This gentleman and his family, the 2 young boys that are sitting there, they both have the NYPD t-shirt on the back. They're playful, they're joyful. Have them stand up. And look like mommy has a newborn in her hand. That family there, folks, that is what we're fighting for. This is who we are. This is what we represent. And so when someone sees the police blue uniform and they think police officer, I want to remember that they're also parents, their spouses, their sons, their daughters, their uncles and nieces and nephews. They're human beings. They chose to make this call to serve for the city, something that I did, my brother did, my cousins did, and many of you are coming from lineage of those who serve. Let's continue to ensure that this is the safest big city in America. This is a full circle moment for me. In 1984, who would have thought, sitting there as a rookie cop, that I would one day go from being a worker in the mailroom to being a police officer, a captain, and now to be the mayor of the city of New York. That is what's waiting for you. Serve us well, serve your city well, and serve yourselves well. Thank you, and God bless you.
And thank you, Mayor Adams. At each Police Academy graduation, awards are presented to the outstanding members of the graduating class. Our awards are in the form of an engraved plaque for various categories. At this time, I'm going to ask Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Tisch to present the following awards. Our first award is the Mayor's Award. This award is given to the student officer who has attained the highest overall average, scoring an overall average of 98.5%. Mayor Adams will present this award to Police Officer Sean Geary. Our next award is the Police Commissioner's Award, which is presented to the student officer who attained the second highest overall average, scoring an average of 98.5%. Police Commissioner Tisch will present this award to Police Officer Shania Roseborough. The first Deputy Commissioner's Award is given to the male and female recruit who have achieved the highest physical fitness runoff score. First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella will present this award to Police Officer Derek Diaz and Police Officer Jocelyn Medina Casada. The Chief of Department's Award is for the student officer who has scored the highest academic average of 99%. The Chief of Department, John Schell, will present this award to Police Officer Christopher Aquino. The Chief of Training Award is given to the student officer who has scored the highest firearms proficiency average of 100%. The Executive Officer of the Training Bureau, Deputy Chief Peter Fiorillo, will present this award to Police Officer Shaquille Adams. The Commanding Officer Police Academy Award is presented to the student officer who demonstrates outstanding performance while assigned to the police academy. Probationary Police Officer Jacob Gonzalez is being recognized for his swift action and life-saving actions while off duty. On July 12, 2025, while visiting an indoor water park in Pennsylvania with his family, Officer Gonzalez responded to a critical emergency involving a 3-year-old child named Niall, who was found unresponsive in a pool. Without hesitation, Officer Gonzalez immediately administered CPR, working tirelessly for nearly 6 minutes until the child regained signs of life. The attending doctor accredited Officer Gonzalez's actions with preventing not only the child's death, but also potential severe brain damage. Niall's aunt, who witnessed the incident, stated that the child would not be alive today if not for PPO Gonzalez, describing him as one of the good ones. His actions that day exemplify what it truly means to protect and serve both in and out of uniform. At this time, I'm inviting Niall and his family to the stage to help present this award. The Executive Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Inspector Arsenio Camillo, and Niall will present this award to Police Officer Jacob Gonzalez.
Think about that. Think about this for a moment, folks. Off duty, you're never off duty as a cop. Taking that training, responding, not stopping, having this young baby still with his family. You cannot pay that. It's not only about running in buildings, going after people with guns. It's about just making sure that our children and families are safe. Say a few words, man.
Good afternoon, guys. Kind of put on the spot. It's a wonderful city, that I grew up in, and I'm proud to have my family here to see me get this award today. And, growing up, that was my favorite thing to do, was make my family proud. I always wanted to make my family proud, my nana proud, my father proud, and everybody, and this is exactly why I joined this job. I just want to make my city proud.
Thank you, Officer Gonzalez. And trust me, you're doing it. Thank you. Our next award is the Police Benevolent Association Award, which is presented to the student officer who served as the outstanding company sergeant for this graduating class. The president of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Hendry, will present this award to Police Officer Jamel Bowie. The New York Police Foundation Award is presented to a student officer who has shown exceptional community service. Probationary Police Officer Christopher Noria is being recognized for the New York City Police Foundation Award due to his outstanding commitment to community engagement and resilience. A former at-risk youth who turned his life around through the Juvenile Justice Initiative, Officer Noria now dedicates himself to empowering others. He leads annual school presentations on overcoming hardships, established the Noria Resilience Award to support students facing adversity, and continues to give back through charitable donations while fulfilling his duties as an exemplary recruit and an Army soldier. His actions demonstrate a deep dedication to service, both in uniform and within the community. PPO Noria is a living example of second chances, proving that discipline, purpose, and responsibility can transform lives. His story embodies the values of leadership, compassion, and redemption, making him highly worthy of this recognition. The president of the Police Foundation, Susan Birbaum, will present this award to Police Officer Christopher Noria. Thank you, Mayor Adams and Commissioner Tisch. At this time, I'm proud to introduce the recipient of the Mayor's Award, our class valedictorian, Police Officer Sean Geary.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Tisch, First Deputy Commissioner Kinsella, Chief of Department Chief Chell, distinguished members of the dais, my fellow graduates, family, and friends. It is my absolute honor and privilege to be standing before you as valedictorian of the August 2025 graduating class of police officers. Over the past 6 months, our class has undergone a wide range of intense training to provide us with the necessary foundation to serve as police officers in this great city. After today, we will go forth and put what we have learned into action, rendering our services with the utmost dedication and integrity. While I can't speak for everybody, I can say that over the past 6 months, I've often found myself looking ahead, anticipating Gun and Shield Day, graduation, and the start of my career at my assigned command. When I learned that I would be speaking to all of you today, it gave me a reason to take pause, and rather than looking ahead at things to come, I took a moment to reflect on my experience while at the Police Academy. While every portion of our training, from the academics, gym, firearms, driving, and tactics, equipped us with the necessary skills and knowledge to transform from civilians to members of the service, I believe that the most transformative aspects of the Police Academy were not those that were the direct result of any one specific area of training. Instead, I found the most significant were those that reinforced a fundamental concept essential to the role of an officer: trust. Looking back at the days following our appointment, the Police Academy training seemed daunting, an impossible task with no foreseeable end. As the weeks went on, the training only got more rigorous, but also began to seem more feasible. Looking back, I can say the reason for this was that we began to form a bond with our fellow recruit officers. We were able to rely on one another, able to lean on each other for help, and find confidence in one another when times were tough. During our academy training, it was instilled in us to always act honestly, diligently, respectfully, and with accountability, all essential qualities for establishing a reputation as someone trustworthy. We learned that this is not just the right thing to do, it is necessary because trust is a two-way street, a mutual bond. And to maintain that bond, we must always uphold a reputation that allows others to seek our help when they need it, and just as importantly, enables us to rely on others when we are the ones in need. In addition to learning the value of trust between members of the service, we also came to recognize how critical it is to uphold the trust placed in us by members of the public. We learned that we must always act with the objective of preserving our reputation as police officers who can be relied on by the citizens of New York City. I would like to thank all of the instructors from the Academy training staff. Day in and day out, our Academy instructors drew on both their subject matter expertise and professional experience to provide us with the highest quality of training. Through their guidance, we developed the knowledge and character needed to become officers the people of this city can rely on. Specifically, I would like to thank my OCIs, Detective Cooper and Police Officer Padilla, as well as my physical training and tactics instructor, Detective Fontana. All of you proved to be incredibly dedicated, knowledgeable, and were inspiring mentors to look up to during my time at the Academy. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I would also like to give special thanks to the Chief of Training, Chief Matarazzo, Executive Officer of the Training Bureau, Deputy Chief Fiorillo, Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Chief Figueroa, as well as our platoon commanders, Lieutenant Briones and Lieutenant Caraballo, for their leadership and continued support. Lieutenant Caraballo, being a member of your platoon, I think I speak for everybody on B Squad when I say that you are a role model for all of us. Your dedication to excellence is inspiring and fostered an environment that made us all want to be better police officers and better people. You are truly an incredible leader, and I feel thankful that as we all begin our careers, the Police Academy will continue to produce officers that are not only New York's finest, but New York's best. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank my family and friends. At the end of last year, I decided to make a career change and join the New York City Police Department. I'm standing here in front of you now because of my family's unwavering support. Without the encouragement I received from my family, I'm not sure I would have had the courage to take on such a challenging endeavor. To my fellow officers in Company 2512, I feel incredibly fortunate that we're able to undergo this training together. It has been my absolute privilege to work alongside each and every one of you. Just last week, our graduating class, alongside thousands of police officers, took to the streets of Parkchester to mourn the loss of Detective First Grade Diderul Islam. Detective Islam was taken from us far too soon while selflessly protecting the people of this city and providing for his family. I mention this not only because it is vital that we continue to honor his memory and the memory of all officers who have laid down their lives protecting this city, but also as a powerful reminder of what we've been preparing for over the past 6 months. This is not just a job, it is a demanding commitment to service. As we now prepare to begin our careers, we must recognize the importance of standing by one another. As police officers, we are not coworkers, we are family. Coworkers may help one another from time to time, but family invariably supports and safeguards its own. So, to my fellow graduates, while our training was difficult, we have endured it together and finished strong. Now each of us must make a commitment to strive every day to carry ourselves with the courtesy, professionalism, and respect that earn the trust of the people we serve and that allow us to trust one another as family. I'm incredibly proud to call all of you and more than 30,000 NYPD officers my family. Congratulations to the August 2025 graduating class of police officers. Good luck, stay safe, and God bless you.
Thank you, Officer Geary. And now to perform a musical selection, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the finest pipe band in the world, the Pipes and Drums of the NYPD Emerald Society. As a tribute to those graduating officers who have served in our nation's armed forces, the Emerald Society Pipes and Drums will now perform a selection of military anthems. We ask the members of our graduating class and the members of our audience to please stand and be recognized when the anthem of their branch of service is performed. Once again, the NYPD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums.
United States Army! United States Air Force! United States Coast Guard! United States Navy! United States Marine Corps!
Let's have one more round of applause for the NYPD Emerald Society, Pipes and Drums. I'd now like to take this opportunity to present the student officers who were assigned as company sergeants for the class of August 2025. These officers assumed additional responsibilities beyond just their academic and physical training and acted as liaisons between the staff and the students. Will the company sergeants please rise and be acknowledged?
Company sergeants, attention! Take seats.
Members of our audience may be curious about those officers wearing the gold citation cords. They are being recognized for achieving overall scores that place them in the top 10% academic average of this class. This is a superior achievement, especially when you consider our curriculum is accredited for 45 college credits. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Gold citation cords, attention! Take seats.
Additionally, those officers who are wearing the blue citation cords are being recognized for achieving overall scores that place them in the top 10% for physical fitness of this class. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Blue citation cords, attention! Take seats.
And those officers wearing the green citation cords demonstrated the highest firearms proficiency in this graduating class, shooting 100%. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Green citation cords, attention! Take seats.
And we would personally like to thank the official company instructors and all the instructional staff at the Academy. We commend them for an exceptional job and now ask that they rise and be recognized for their hard work in preparing this graduating class.
Academy staff, attention! Take seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Police Academy graduating class of August 2025 would like to thank all of you for the support that you have given them to make this day possible.
Graduating class, attention! Left and right face. Present arms. Order arms. Left and right face.
And now at this time, I ask everyone to please rise for our benediction by Police Department Assistant Chief Chaplain, Monsignor David L. Casado.
Attention! Parade, rest.
Let us pray. Lord our God, we have truly been inspired today by this graduation ceremony, but especially by our graduates. Watch over, bless, and protect our new police officers as they go forth, blessed to serve. May they continue to serve the people of this city, and may they be filled with joy and happiness in all that they do. Bless their families and friends who have sacrificed so much for them as they come to this moment in their life. And may we continue to go forth and do your holy will in the greatest city in the world, New York City, and bless our department today and forever. Amen.
Attention!
Thank you, Monsignor Casado. This class has chosen to recognize their place in the history of the NYPD. Their class motto states, "Blessed to serve, brave enough to lead."
Attention!
Ladies and gentlemen, Before we conclude, I'd like to invite everyone here to join us in the singing of God Bless America, led by the member of our graduating class, Police Officer Garnett Jordan, Jr.
You guys can sing along if you know the words. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Officer Jordan. On behalf of Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Tisch, I'd like to thank everyone for attending our graduation ceremony. I ask that the members of our audience please remain seated until the graduates have exited the theater. And please have a pleasant day and a safe trip home. Thank you.
Graduating class, left and right, face! Forward march!